Hello and welcome, dear viewer. This is my 8 mask run on my hunter. Uh, I was actually trying to narrate this in real time, but I didn't notice OBS didn't have its sound on again. So this time I'm just going to be doing live captions over the playthrough. So go at the start. You go with the big pull. You get Gammon basically within the first or second pull. I start Thrall's RP, but it really isn't necessary. Unlike last week, sanity is no longer an issue now that we have Gammon's mask rolling. The real threat is the creatures in the dungeon and the especially avoidable sources of sanity damage. So you basically just have to play really clean on the bosses. And also, there's a few trash packs that are super lethal. It might be a bit hard to tell with a double speed, but I am annihilating any shaman I see, because the shamans have a totem that basically Gorfiends grasps you every few seconds, and that could get really nasty. Also, you'd think that Hunter would be like one of the classes where it's almost brain dead to do an 8 mask, but as it turns out, we're a bit squishy. Everything being at 200% damage is actually a relevant concern for us, and more importantly, our pets are mortal. So whenever you start a big pull and your pet dies, it's actually suddenly a difficult... suddenly things actually... The word difficult comes into play, even with BM in the sentence. But either way, you say the first boss, he's not really a big deal. You just... as long as you just rotate around him, or just dodge whenever he makes a move, you're good. Any boss that you see me swap to marksman is generally one that I respect its mechanics. So not this one, even though I will get hit by the ground circle. This fight has one mechanic. It's the big ground blast that'll knock out 250 sanity if you get hit. And apparently it's it's a ground. It's rather than just being like a ground effect, it is a projectile that hits the ground. The reason why I got hit was because I was in melee range, and the projectile had basically 0 travel time, so I just got half of my sanity removed in a fairly annoying way. Either way, here's Gammon for, I think, the 5th time so far this run. Could be the 4th, I'm not sure. And we're moving into through the zone. Honestly, this area is not particularly dangerous, except for the Dominators, I believe they're called. They'll first cast Shadow Bolt, then afterward they will cast a 4-second channel that will stun you for the duration. This can just outright kill you. It's important to deal with them immediately. You'll see that I basically do that every time. They are... in this zone and the other Lost Zone, the one ahead is going to be full of bugs, but the other one is full of void stuff, and that includes the Dominators. Overall, the Dominators aren't a big deal. Oh, here we have me swapping to Marksman a little bit before the RP. I'm going to finish off the RP. While that's going on, the boss will be slowly activating, and I'm going to open the door. Afterward, he comes out, and I'm going to just melt him with Marksman. I remember this one being an unfortunate case where I actually had to do some of the mechanics. Like, you saw I had to quickly dodge a little bit. Ideally, I just kill him before anything happens, but it is what it is. The start of the zone, you have Misha. Misha's a pretty inoffensive boss. She'll apply a debuff to the player. Hunters can just remove it with Feign Death, so it's really nothing. You just hit her until she dies. The bugs here are awful. They will apply debuffs to you, which will do a fair bit of damage. The debuffs, if they stack enough, will just stun you 3 seconds for 3 seconds even, and that's potentially lethal. But most importantly, they'll kill your pet. They'll kill your pet a lot. My pet just died a few seconds ago on that pull, and it's awful. And for some reason, it always comes with Gammon coming out. I mean, part of it might just be Gammon doing big damage, but oftentimes there's just a weird correlation of you get far enough in the pool where Gammon will just where Gammon comes out and also your pet's dead. For that reason, I end up doing a lot of kiting. You see me doing safe strats with the frost trap. I'm not particularly fond of the casters. There's 3 annoying types of enemies here. The swarm leader, which is a bigger wasp. The caster and the big melee dudes. The big melee dudes will knock you back, which can be really nasty with the affix. Thankfully, I'm a hunter. I don't have to deal with that. My pet gets knocked back. My pet doesn't get the affix. Here we have the second mini boss. This one's not too bad. You just have to dodge the green on the ground. As a frontal, it applies the poison. The green circles will do sanity damage. That's incredibly bad. It's 150. Getting hit by that could be a run-ender. The pull ahead is probably the nastiest trash pack in the entire dungeon. I switched up to marksman here because I want to see how it played out. I figured that with True Shot, I'd be able to just delete the pack. My pet dies out of this pool every time I do it anyway. And it worked out pretty nicely. By the time the enemies reached me, most of them were dead. True Shot did wonders. And I just clean up. I use the orb. And we move on to Rexxar, which is probably the scariest part of the run. Each of his boars has a cast. The cast will do 150 sanity damage. You only have like 550 to begin with. And you can't really afford to lose any to begin as well. So at 30%, the first boar comes out. I kill him before it gets a cast off. Then after that, more come out. I get knocked into the wall. I can't see anything. And I panic a bit. But I managed to kill them through Beast Cleave. Gammon comes out. My pet dies. I'm desperate, but I managed to make it through. Revive pet. Gammon forces me to use Turtle. I managed to kill Rexxar. All things considered, it was about as good as it can be. I could have killed him faster with Marksman, but I've had some issues with occasionally I don't crit enough, and the pigs get me. There's also the very thing that happened there, where occasionally I get knocked into the wall and I can't see what's going on, and suddenly I'm standing on a trap or something, and it's really bad. Like, Rexxar is just not really a fun fight as far as that goes. It's really hard to avoid his avoidable stuff when a lot of it comes down to you need to interrupt 4 targets casting at you while also dodging things, while also not being able to see things because your camera was blasted into a wall. And also, bird's eye view only does so much when there's a roof on, like a very short roof over your head. But enough about Rexxar. That's the entire zone away. We're moving on to this zone's pretty free. You just need to kill the packs around the totems and then click the totems. You also might have noticed that we killed Blimba, I believe, on this run. She's going to be a little bit to the right of the second totem. She gives 10% haste and 10% mobility or movement speed. It's always worth killing Blimba if you see her. Worth noting, though, if you fight her, you probably don't want to interrupt her because she has an instant cast Hex, which is more annoying than the lightning bolts that she casts. So it's better to just let her do her thing. This fight's pretty free, especially for marksman. You basically just dodge the waves and grab the orbs as they fall. You're silenced when the orbs come out. You remove the silence by reaching the orbs. But if you're a Petter dot class, you can just still kill the boss through it, sort of. Final zones is not too scary. All the bosses are pretty nasty as far as sanity damage goes, but the trash isn't particularly scary. There's a few dominators. The tentacles can get nasty with the affixes, because if you get pinned down by the affixes, the ground circles can get kind of crazy. For this run, I opt to use try to assassinate this boss here, but unfortunately, line of sight speed caused me to panic a little bit. The knockback causes me to panic further, and then I just kill him because I still had True Shot running. Afterwards, I go to BM to kill more trash. And this is the Lone Dominator pack. There's 2 Dominators in this pack on 8 mask. But they don't have much health, so you can just sort of melt them. Then after that, we move to the next area. I still have 2 orbs. I'm pretty safe as far as sanity goes, but this boss can get kind of nasty. I believe I opt to use the orb here. Oh, right. I spawn Gammon first. Honestly, the routing here is a little bit different from how I usually do it. Usually I just kill my way to the first boss, but I want to get true shot timings right. So what I ended up doing was I decided to do marksman without cooldowns on this guy. I use the orb, so I'm at full sanity because I don't want to risk getting hit by any of the pink circles. I think the pink circles from this boss do 300 points of sanity damage, which is half my bar, which is no good. I don't use true shot. It still dies pretty quickly. And I was also pretty lucky with the affixes since there's no overlaps. But at the same time, the boss doesn't spawn because I didn't kill all the trash. I probably should have killed this before I did that, if I was going to use no cooldowns. And it wasn't really a big deal. Just swap to BM, kill the trash, and then we go to the final boss, who I am set to melt with True Shot. I think it dies faster than the previous one. Then I just finish off the ads that the boss spawned. No problem. Sanity's mostly full. And I am committed to going with BM for Thrall, which overall I think worked out fine. There was an issue. You'll see it soon. But I'm going in with Potion. I'm going in with Hero. I opt to freeze the left boar and go in with start by killing the right boar. It's a lot easier to rexxar where the boars are actually targetable before you start the fight versus rexxar where the boars aren't. And after that, it's just a matter of dodging. The most dangerous thing Thrall does is his frontal. If you get hit by the frontal, you're basically dead, because you take 300 from the initial hit, and then it just ticks for like 75 a second while you're stunned, which can outright take out your bar of 500. For whatever reason, I don't have the damage to break the shield, so I use Turtle to tank it. I don't take sanity damage from this somehow. My sanity is mostly fine, but not being able to break through the shield causes me to panic a little bit. I play it fairly safe, and I just end up winning. There's not really much there. As long as I don't get hit, it's good. There you have it. 8 mask with Hunter. Wasn't too bad. Definitely will be a lot easier in the coming weeks once we have all the stuff. As you see, you get the rewards for the lower mask difficulties. That was a 4 mask reward because I already did a 5 mask this week. Ill-advised, I did that my first clear of Orgrimmar on a 5 mask, which was probably not the wisest thing. That was also the run that got me my epic helm enchant. Overall, it was kind of fun to do, but definitely a bit frustrating. 8 mask was definitely an interesting challenge, especially this week where we're missing the cheat death and the super haste buff. But hopefully you found this video helpful if you're trying to go for 8 masks this week or in later weeks. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Have a good one.